'Cause every time we try to break it down and build again, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden
That's it. That's me. Let's get rid of that. That should not be there. Hold on. I had a little bit of a malfunction. I could get rid of this. That should not be there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Let me see. So, if you didn't know, that is my new single covers, and it is finally out. And I'm trying to find it. There it is. There I am. Hello, everybody. I am here. I am live. Welcome to Hollis-tics. I am Hollis-tics. I am your host, and this is Hollis-tics. Sorry, I was a couple minutes late. I'm usually 7 on the dot. If you're here, I see a comment in the chat room. If you're here, thank you. I had a little wardrobe malfunction and a little light malfunction. I wasn't planning on wearing this, but here we are. I'm all gymmed up now. Hello, everybody. Yes, we did a little bit of rearranging. We're trying to get my other computer all set up for the other show we're going to be doing, Ocean. It is coming eventually. It didn't go according to plan for the dates, but as I said, I do everything I say I'm going to do. That's why I keep putting dates on it. Definitive dates. Does anyone do that? They put on dates. They put dates. They set themselves deadlines, which is good because you want to have something to work towards and you want to accomplish your goals. But sometimes, hold on. Sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of a echo or something weird on here. Not sure what it is. Do you guys hear that? Is it just me? Maybe Dan will come out and help me here in a minute. But, you put out deadlines and, again, you want to accomplish your goals. I hear like buzzing and weird things. This is a weird episode already. The aliens are coming out here. Anybody? How's everybody doing? Let's see here in the chat room. What we got? Hello, Shannon's in the chat room. I'm going to go to commercial real quick and fix this because there's a weird humming and buzzing on my voice and I don't know. It's kind of driving me a little crazy here. All right. We'll be right back. Oh, there it is. Maybe it was that. Hey. That's all it was. Okay. I think I got it off. Anyway, let's do a do-over. Okay. Let's start again. Hold on. Media assets. I'm going to play a little video and then I'm going to say, welcome. We're going to try this again because we're going to be off to a good start here. Let's try this one more time. Here we go.
'cause every time we try to break it down and build again, every time we try to make up for something lost, you know, we're never letting go. This time we can reach the sky on a prayer, we go higher than high. Yeah, wide awake, it's a big mistake, 'cause it's something we can deny. But with a love like this, we'll never fall. All of a sudden
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm Hollis-tics, and this is Hollis-tics. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Almost said happy Monday and realized it's not Monday. The days just go so fast, don't they? But it is great to be here live tonight on this Wednesday, May 20th. Speaking of May 20th, it is someone's birthday. Many of you probably don't know him, but maybe many of you do. His name is Steve Stern, and a big shout out to him because he is a patriot and he is a very awesome person and one of the very, very, very few real ones out there who's just a good freaking person. One of those people who they don't ask you for that much in return. They just are good and they don't expect things and they just are a good person. I don't know. Do you guys meet a lot of those? I think they're far and few between these days. But I am Hollis-tics, your host, and this is Hollis-tics. As I say in the beginning, I like to get out of the way some housekeeping. Yes, here I am, hollis-tics.com. And that is my website. There's some new stuff up there if you guys want to check it out. And this little QR code is I do take tips. And I just always say that, hollis-tics.com. A tip is in a buy me a coffee. That's the website I use. Because again, I do this for fun. Out of the kindness of my heart. I don't know, because it's therapy. I like to come and I like to talk to everyone. And I have some great people in the chat rooms. I like to connect. And that's why I do it. And but at the same time, it costs a lot of money to do. And we live in a world of consumption where everyone thinks everything is for free and we're just here like little dancing puppets just entertain. That is actually the name of the show tonight. Not that we are dancing puppets, but it is pertaining to that. So that's on my Rumble, our Rumble. We are broadcasting on Rumble. We are on the Facebook. As I mentioned last week, I got my account back finally. And it was gone for about 2 weeks. And it was like you'll hear me bitch about social media. I'm the first one like, oh, I hate social media. But then it's gone. I'm like, you're like, oh no, it's gone. But yes, the accounts I had for almost 20 years. How sad is that? 20 years. Not sad, but it just means like, oh my gosh, we're getting older here. What? 20 years? Actually, 21 years. It's that I had in 2005. So do the math. Not the greatest at math, but that's 21 years? 2, 3, 4. Yes. 21 years of Facebook. And then one day, all of a sudden, they just locked me out of it. And I was like, oh no, I had an old college email, an old phone number. I could not get it back. And then we did the show last week with Jason Forsch. And we talked about God and miracle, like a lot of great stuff, which is a good vibe. And then for some reason, I logged into my Facebook or the browser popped up and I was back in the account that I was locked out of for like freaking 2 weeks. I had started a new page and I was trying to stream and no one's seeing it. It's hard to get anyone to see it anyway, as it is. And then all my friends were gone. So, and I say friends loosely because you know how Facebook is. You don't really know half your friends. It's like, these connections, but some people you recognize. But over the years, you lose touch and then you wonder, is there anybody out there? We're going to get into that too. Because I sent an email out to my email list and asked them that very question. And surprisingly, I got some responses back. So we're going to talk about all that in this age of technology, this age that we're navigating. Okay, so we'll get into the title of the show tonight. And I have it in my Rumble here. Still getting used to this wonderful phone. I switched from a iPhone that I had for about another 15 years. I've had iPhone for like my whole life. And then I recently got a Samsung Galaxy. And it's a nice phone. It's a nice camera, but it is like very different. And I'm someone who doesn't have a lot of patience. In some areas I have patience, but my dad always used to yell at me, like, you need to have patience. I was like, forget it. So I know I just need to have patience because I'm told I will love this thing once I get it all set up because it could do so, so much. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I don't want to use the freaking phone to begin with. We have to live with this thing all the time. It's like attached to us all the time. I'm like, oh. So if you get any texts from your emails and there's a lot of spelling errors, I'm trying and it keeps changing the word. So there's that. So all these kinks to work out. Let me know, guys, in the chat room if you prefer Android or iPhone. But yes. So let's see. So on my phone, I have my apps and I'm trying to like organize them and all that, whatever. But where's my Rumble here? I go to that because I put it's everywhere. Oh, there we go. The end of yeah, here's the title of the show. Like I did this not that long ago. There we go. Turn that down. Oh, I could actually turn it down. And let's see. So we're gonna go to the episode title and the description. Okay. What's the title of the show? Okay. And this pertains to music. I talked about music a lot on Friday because it was an exciting day it was exciting to me because my first single came out off my new album. It's out there finally. It's the album that I've been working on privately for about, I don't know. I feel like since I was born, I was waiting for this album to pop out. Story of my life in music. But so it was a big day Friday and it came out and I talked a lot about it on Friday night. And some of the revelations I've been having. But this is, we get into everything here in Hollis-tics. This is a place where I try to congregate the real. And we're growing a little community here of real people. I say real people, real humans. I know everybody's busy bees. And sometimes I look around, I'm like, wow. Everybody's busy. And it's like, what are we actually doing? Busy doing nothing. I'm like, busy. They're always like, busy. And I know because I'm not a hypocrite. I'm like, oh, I'm too busy. And then I'm like, wow, when you really look at what you're busy doing, I mean, besides like the hustle, you have to make money and you have to work and everything, of course. But everyone's so busy. Sometimes I'm just like, wow. It's like busy doing what? Does anyone really matter? Is it meaningful? So busy I have to do. So I don't know. Those are the things we're going to talk about. Life. But yes, here's the title I came up with for tonight's episode. The end of making it and why we still create. So, again, this is not just for musicians, or this is for all art, everybody, whatever you're making your life creating. But I guess it is kind of geared towards creatives, people who make art, make content, make music, um, video, all the stuff online. But I guess it is more music. But when I moved to Hollywood, when I was younger, it was about, oh my gosh, going out to LA. I'm going to try to make it. And what does making it mean? Being successful at what you do so you could make a living doing it, make a living doing what you love, or, you know, whatever it is. I think that's the thing I talk about a lot here. It's like our passion. You want to always be paid to do your passion, because then you feel validated. Okay, I must be doing good. I must be successful because I'm getting money for it, right? Oh, it's only it's a hobby unless you make money for it, or money from it. So that's what this episode is about. It ties into a lot, and I do talk about a lot, but I think it's definitely a topic worth talking about. There's a video I found on Instagram. I'm gonna pull it up in a minute, but I keep seeing things now that I'm talking about a lot, and I do talk about a lot on air and off air too. I'll talk about it today on and stuff, and I see all the reels coming up where I know I'm not alone in feeling this way, and feeling that we are definitely navigating a different era, obviously, and coming back after so many years in music, and now releasing music and knowing that, like, I'm not gonna make any money. No one, like, it's just a different game of like, oh my God, listen to my music. And this is gonna bring me to my email I sent to my email list. Because I think I mentioned it the other night that, I'm just sick of putting out emails and like nobody responds. And I don't take it, it sounds like, you take it personally, like, oh, come on, everybody's busy. It's not, it's not personal. I know it's not. So, but at the same time, what I've come to the conclusion is, as an independent artist and musician, most people are not going to make any money from it. And when I say any, I mean I'm living. You know what I mean? Yes, I think a couple of people bought my album. Not my album. There's not even the album out. There's a single out. I think I made like $8 or $9, and I appreciate those 8 or 9 people that bought it. Thank you, thank you. But that's not a living, right? That barely scratches the surface of what I spent on it. I bet thousands and thousands of dollars, let alone time, hour. But why do you do it? Is it to make money? I think, okay, so we're going to get into all that because it's a lot. And I just, just talking to myself, but there's other people out here. So we're going to get into it. Let me go over to the chat room real quick. Hello, white noise. Shannon's in the house. Welcome, girl. How was your day? Was it sunny out? Muskill Chris is in the chat room. Hey, here and ready for the show. Aw, Chris, great to have you. As always, Muskill Chris is there, and he understands this topic. We know it comes up a lot, but you know what? It's okay. It's time. We're talking about it. We're living through it. So that's what this is about. Sometimes, like I said, I have some ideas for shows, topics, and more things I'm planning, and I want to take different footage and all that. But in the meantime, you just go live and just kind of see where the conversation takes you. And I always do end up back on this topic, but because that's the life I'm living. And I think a lot of people are too. And Chris, that video that I sent you, I'm going to find that and play it. And then we're going to discuss. Jim says, hi, are you ready, Hollis? Are you ready to rock this joint? Yes, of course I am. Yes, I am so ready. Oh, so I spent I spent some of the day and last week making something new, because now that Covers is out, as I said in the beginning of the show, when it was this picture was stuck on there about Covers, I said, yes, it's out. So let me find that. There it is. There she is. It's out now. Remember, it was coming soon and everything. It's out now. New singles from A Comedy Bear is out now on all platforms. And it's very exciting because now the next single is coming out. And that will be releasing. I'm going to play it right now. Here we go. There it is. Amnesia. That's out everywhere Friday, June 5th. And I just submitted it today to TuneCore. I'll play that when it comes out. But yes, that's out everywhere Friday, June 5th. And if you remember, if you look on the top here and you could read this, it says, remember who you really are. We're going to get into all that. But yes, and I picked June 5th because June 5th is my dad's birthday. God bless him. And I have a song for him. I haven't released that yet. I did put it out once on his the day his anniversary of when he left this world. And I played it. It's called For My Dad, and it's gonna be on the album. And I'm dedicating my whole album to my dad because I know he would be proud. And yeah. So June 5th is his birthday. I can't believe it's coming up already. It's been I don't know how many years. It's been a couple of years now. So you know how it is. But anyway, yes, I'm very excited. Amnesia. I decided it's been hard to pick which one I should put out next and everything, but this is a fun one, and it really the lyrics and I played it on the show before, and I got some good responses. So I said, you know what, I love this one. I experimented a little bit with AI. Oh, that's another thing I'm going to bring up on the show too. And Chris, if you're, I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but hopefully you'll be here for a little bit, and I'll pull it up too. Just it's all these things on Instagram now where people are talking about AI, which is a good thing, and how it's like, impeding and impeding on musicians and how we're dealing with it. So there's a lot of stuff coming up, but there's there's no answers. I mean, I don't stay here and be like, I know I have the answer. I know what we got to do. We got this. We got this. No, I don't. I don't know. I wish I did. But I know that I've had some revelations and answers of my own that have come to me in this process. And that's why I'm here. This is discussion. This is discussion. So in the comment section, looking forward to that. Yes. Okay, so let me pull it up. I'm going to play a quick little video here as I pull up some stuff. And yeah, that's right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to play this. And then I'm going to find it. I'll be right back. Here we go. Music has always been such an important part of my life. It's been a constant, a lifeline, a force that shaped who I am. I understand the heart of an artist. Those who create, not for fortune or fame, but because the music lives inside them. Because it's what fills their soul. That's why I created Voice of Freedom Records. Not just as a home for my own music, but as a place where one day, others can bring their voices to the world. In a time when algorithms and fleeting trends seem to decide what we hear, we focus on the quality, not just the quantity. We search for music that matters, music that speaks to the heart, that stirs something deep within us, that reminds us what it means to be human. Because at Voice of Freedom Records, it's not just about making noise. It's about making music that moves souls. And there you have it. That's Voice Freedom Records. And if you look closely, I don't know if you'll be able to find it. If it's on Spotify and TuneCore and all, or no, Spotify. You guys wouldn't know using TuneCore. I use it to put stuff on Spotify. But on Spotify, it'll say Voice of Freedom Records 2026. And I put it out on my own label. What does that mean anymore? What does it even mean? Who cares? I don't know, but I like the sound of it. And there's these rules that we have to follow. And I found myself slipping back into this old, like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, that we have to follow this routine and the micro content, TikTok. And then I'm thinking, like, again, who says that we have to do this? It just takes the joy and the fun and a lot out of it. People focusing so much on this other side of trying to get it out there, trying to get people to listen to it. And it's like, especially going through this whole process and actually being in the music industry for a long time and living in Hollywood and having a record deal and flying all over the world and playing at festivals and making it in my own way. Like I said, not a lot of people know who I am. Not a lot of people know who I am, I guess. Whatever, I don't care, but in my way, I had made it. And that's what the title of the show. What does it really mean to make it now? What is making it? And when you think about it back in the day, or maybe not back in the day, always, when you think about art and music, what are you doing? You're making it. You make music, you make art. That's making it. And then it goes to, okay, we're going to make it. I got to make it. We are making it. So now then it's like, but making it now is what? Is it all about money? Does money validate the music, the art, because I've come to the conclusion, personal conclusion, and it's not for everyone, doesn't say everyone, but I realized, and I think I talked about it on Friday, that Thursday before the release came out, I was just like, had this dawned on me. I was just like, there's no money in music. There never really was a lot. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there's always that whole system, and it's the same thing now. I'm just like, it's the same thing, a different face. Back when, before social media, before the algorithms, before everybody had TikTok and YouTube and this, you had to go to Hollywood. I went to Hollywood. You had to go to New York City. You had to go to Nashville. You had to go to whatever to make it. And what is making it mean? To be discovered, to get rich and famous, or to get money for it, to get fame, like make it. Now, what is it in today's? What is all these independent? What are they trying to do? Are we trying to make it? Because we are making it. We're certainly making stuff, but making it, to me, it always means, to me, it always meant, well, you're making money from it. And it came to the conclusion for me personally, and it's actually a relief. I'm thinking, I'm not going to make any money from this. If, even just to reimburse what I've spent, not just in money, but time and energy on it, streams isn't going to pay for that. People may buy the album if it really gets out there, but at the same time, you need a lot more money to break through the noise and for people to find it. And I don't have that money. And so I'm just like, so am I still going to do music? Still going to play? Yes. And it was a freeing feeling where it's just like, there was a chance back in the day when you went to, oh, I might make it. My big payday's coming. This single's going to go out. I'm going to get a record label. I'm going to get it maybe in advance. We're going to be able to make it. Those days are gone. So now it's new times. And there's so many more people trying to make it. And again, I'm wondering, because I obviously I'm just talking to myself here, and there's some people in the chat room, but what does it mean? What does it mean to make it to you? So let me pull up this Instagram here, because this is what sparked the idea for it. Okay, let me share the screen. Here it is. Nice. Let's see. I'm going to share. Okay, is it on there? Okay, let me share the screen. There it is. Okay, so let's play this video. Okay, it's in the message here that I sent to Chris. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay.
A few months now. Her name is Slime Dot. When I tell you, this is like the first artist that I've been like putting people onto, because she has a small following online. I was like, this music is incredible. I was like, this is amazing. Like lyricism, I really connected to it. She posted this AI artist, very clearly AI artist, on her page. I was like, this is sus as fuck. They follow each other. I'm like, this is very sus. Like, what's going on here? I decided to Google, is Slime Dot an AI artist? And it says yes. Oh, you what? You what? Like, I DM'd this person. Like, I love your music. Like, it's making me emotional, because it's like, actually, how dare you? How fucking dare you? You know what I mean? Like, do this whole like struggling artist thing, like new artist, independent artist, like it sent shivers down my fucking spine. As an independent artist myself, I'm crying, because this is like close to home. I'm recording all my content, I produce all my music, I write all my music, and I'm competing against the impossible. This is generated to sound absolutely incredible, and in seconds. It's not fair at all. And we're all gonna become brain dead, and there's not gonna be any genuine interactions. Like, I actually connected to this music, and knowing that it's a fucking robot makes me want to throw my phone into a fucking volcano. So yeah, don't support Slime Dot or any other AI artist, please. And please listen to independent artists, because we're struggling and it's really hard right now. Yeah, thank you, y'all. I've been following this artist for a few months now. Her name is Slime Dot.
Sorry, guys. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's gone now. So I don't know if you heard the very beginning of it, but I guess maybe you got the gist of that. She basically was following someone. I think she was telling other people to listen to this amazing artist she found, and then she only to find out that it's AI. And there we go. And there you have it. How do you guys feel about that? Well, I'll tell you how I feel about that. Well, one is I can relate. Two, it was what? Like I said, I played the very first episode, the reconnection movement. I just say, I told you so. I warned about this. I mean, I'm living through it, so I know. And it's just, I talk about it a lot. I say I get very pissed off. Music is a sacred thing, but at the same time, it's also the consumers. We have to. They have to realize too. Maybe they're just okay with AI music. See, the musicians and the artists and people. When I say I bring it back to me, of course. Well, I guess it's my show. I'm talking about myself. I've been doing some music since I was 7 years old. You know what I mean? This is 27 years. It's like a long time, of doing this. And Friday was like it just I accepted it. I accept it. I accept it that this is what it is now. Now, that's not a defeatist attitude. It's like saying, okay, I accept I'm never probably gonna make a lot of money from this. And then I said, would I still do it? Well, yes, because I'm not trying to make it. I've talked about this. I've been there. I've done that. I've been in Hollywood. I went there. I got close, and I saw how it works. It's a different time now. It's different. It's the same gatekeepers. It's the same algorithms. It's the same thing. It's who you know. If you have rich parents that could fund your thing, you'll be seen. And unfortunately, the people who are seen, a lot of it, not all of it, but probably more than not, it's nothing deep. It's not changing the world. It's not human connection, really. It's not music that's it. Like I talked about the other day, George Harrison, the Beatles, like this music that was there as like helping people get through life, real human experiences. That music is timeless. It comes from pain. It comes from living, and when it's all now just bought and fake and even that, the girl's crying because she says, I can't compete with this, but you can. That's the thing. You don't have to compete with it. You have to create something outside of it. I've been saying this since day one. That's why I still keep going and doing what I do, but it's a totally different now change and shift in my mind. It's like, well, whatever. Get another job that has nothing to do with music to pay for, my instruments, the things I need. I'm still going to create, I'm still going to put it out. I already did a lot of the work and it took a lot of money. It took a lot of time, but I have a creation. It's all there. That's why I could put my next song out. I have 17 more songs to put out and I have content for like a year, like a long time. And it's okay, but a lot of people can't do that because you have to survive in the matrix. You have to pay the bills. You pay the rent. They just don't have the time or the money to do it. And that's the sad part. So I felt her. I understand what she writes her own stuff. She's struggling. She's crying. She's fooled. She was fooled by AI. But this is what it's going to become. So that brings me to the point when I put out an email. I put out an email yesterday, and maybe some of you got it because I know Shannon's on the email list. I don't know if Chris, if you're on my email list, but I put it because I just had it. I was just like, you know what? Okay, it's bad enough. Fine. We're probably not going to get paid anything. Again, I talk about abundance and manifestation and be careful with your words and all that stuff. I'm not being negative, like, I'll never make money. I'm manifesting that. No. Hey, I think it could still make some money and maybe something will happen. Maybe that Big Hug Music who I wrote to, what submitted my music and paid $100 to submit the songs will write back. They wrote back and said how busy they were and it's taking longer than usual for them to go through everything, but don't worry, they will. But he'll still keep saying their ad, how they're looking for human made music. So I'm sure they're raking in the money there, but thinking, well, if you can't get back to who you've already taken money from and you can't get back to them yet because you're so overwhelmed, maybe you should pause your ad for a minute, get back to everybody else. And you know what I'm saying here? And I'm just thinking, is that another scam? I'm not saying they are. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I submitted my music to a movie sync licensing thing. I had to pay $100 to submit 3 or 4 tracks. I usually don't, but I said, okay, well, I'll do it because you have to pay for everything. And they did write back and they said, well, it's going to be longer because we got so swamped with music. And I'm thinking, well, they're raking it in. Probably, I don't know if do the math. I'm not great at math. If 5,000 people pay them $100, that's, what is that? $50,000, right? Someone's making a lot of money. It's the same old shit. I haven't heard back from them. I mean, a rejection. I'm probably thinking, oh, a rejection's coming. But again, am I putting that out? And they're being negative and planning. But it's just like, I don't know. So let's see. I'm going to go in the chat room over here. See a comment there. Chris says, it perfectly illustrates what we're up against and relate to it so much. Yeah. But here's the thing. And I don't want to sound pessimistic and doom and gloom, because I actually am very inspired to do something different. And because we have to pave our own path, there are people like Chris, like me, like that girl crying, like there's probably so many other, we're feeling it, and there are people left. But we just have to say, okay, if people aren't going to pay for music, that's their problem too. But then don't expect us to be sacrificing our whole lives. But you're not going to have any music left, like that comes from real people, and maybe enough people don't care. Brings me back to the email I wrote. So let me see if I could find it. Just to read the exact email I wrote. Here, let me play a quick commercial. So I'm not just like, oh, let me play a commercial real quick. It's not really commercial, but here, just in case. This is something else I'll be doing to make money other than music. It's another competitive field, but I do a lot of stuff if anyone needs any work done. Hold on, let me find the email. I'm going to play this. Hi guys, I'm Hollis, and I'm here to bring your creative vision to life. Whether it's designing your video thumbnails or editing your content or recording voiceovers for commercials, I've got you covered. I'm part of the in-house production team at Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network, and over the last 6 years, I taught myself everything from production to post-editing and beyond. I know exactly what it feels like to be stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure where to even begin. And that's exactly why I now offer these services to other people as well. So if you have a project you're working on, you can hit the link below where you can see examples of my work, from commercials I've produced to voiceovers and more. And if you like what you see and think I can help with what you're looking for, feel free to reach out. We can create something awesome together. Okay, I'm back, and I accomplished nothing because I don't know where anything is on this phone. So let me play another one real quick. Here we go. Speaking of that, let's see. How about a quick meditation? What do you think, guys? I haven't played this. I only played this one other time, but you know what? I think I need it as well today. I'm going to try to find it. So just take 2 or 3 minutes. I made this meditation, and it goes in line with the episode. Actually, it kind of does. So here we go. I'm going to play this. Here we go. All right, guys. This moment is for you. Might be the only time today you can disconnect, take a break. Social media, the hustle, the bustle, the noise. Just let it all go. This is your moment. Even if it's the only couple minutes today that you have for yourself, this is time for you. Take a deep breath in. Really feel it. Remember that we're human. So our hearts have been so loyal to us every minute, every second of every day. As long as we've been alive, our hearts beat. The air in our lungs keep us alive. Every day is a gift. There's always something to be grateful for. Do whatever makes you feel happy. Time. Maybe it's a place. Maybe you're on a beach. Maybe you're thinking of that childhood memory, that vacation home you used to go to. Whatever it may be. Something that makes you feel love, makes you feel happy. Maybe you're swimming with friends. Think about that person you love. Maybe they're no longer with us. Maybe they passed. It doesn't have to make you sad. It's here, we're celebrating them. Think of their memory. Think of a good time with them. This is the time to celebrate their love, their impact, you're grateful for. It's okay. They're always always with us. Maybe you're thought of an old friend you haven't called in a while. Always remember, make the time. We get so busy with the hustle and the bustle. It's easy to forget what truly matters. Love. Connecting. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Each day is a gift. We're allowed to be human. To celebrate being alive. Take a deep breath in. Really feel it. Remember who you are and what's truly important. You are always loved. And it starts with loving ourselves and taking those moments for yourself. We matter. Did you guys enjoy it? It feels so long ago since I made that. It was it was when I first started. So we are on episode 29 tonight, actually. And that is Remember Who You Are. That's in my song Amnesia. And what we are talking about here, Hollis-tics, and remembering what's important in life, what's true. Like I said, we're so busy. And I get it. I totally get it. But remember, we're designed to be busy, and and I say, God, we're busy doing nothing sometimes. And then sometimes you just have to do nothing. It's so rare. And I haven't done that in a while, and I should start doing it more, and I'm going to. But I played that. Hope you enjoyed it. But the point was I was trying to find the email, and I did find it. So I was getting to the point where I said, I've come to the conclusion, okay, back in the day in Hollywood, I was trying to make it. And guess what? I made it in some kind of a level. I saw things. I saw a lot. I did a lot. I got, so it's my second time around in this new music industry. And that was the thing. I was feeling so like cringe, like, oh, like on TikTok. And like I always say, same thing though, micro content. Well, you listen to myself. Oh my God, look at me. And I'm just like, I can't even post it. It's like, ugh, I'm not doing this. I don't know. There has to be another way. I do some of it, like a little bit, but you have to use their tools and use their tools against them. They make us, who's they? They make us do this. No one's, I guess, forcing you to do anything. But how many times do you feel, oh, I've just posted on social media. I have to do, blah, blah, blah. Who's it's fed to you all the freaking time. And with the email list in particular, I got to the point where I'm like, okay, my single comes out. I know I got to make a lot of money. I'm accepted. I don't care anymore. It's fine. Whatever. The bulk of it is done. I don't have to spend loads of money. Now I have a phone. I have all this stuff. I don't need to spend millions of dollars on music videos and if I had some extra money, I will when I can. I'll spend it on some promoting and doing some of it. But the truth is, most people don't have that extra money. We're just barely surviving. We're not going to make any money from music, probably. Maybe a little bit here and there. Okay, fine. It is what it is. But I'm not going to send out emails, though, either and make myself feel like crap. Because I was sending emails to an email list of like 600 people. Nobody wrote back. And again, this sounds like, why aren't you writing me back? And I don't want to sound like that. I don't mean it to sound like that. Like my ego, like I'm not the most important thing in your world. Like half of these people, probably 75%, I haven't talked to in years. So I understand. But I finally said, you know what? I'm just going to send out an email and see, is there anybody out there? So this is how it started. And I was happily surprised that I got some responses. And maybe I know Aaron got the email and he was one of the people who responded. So thank you, Aaron. Thank you for that. And I knew he was one of the ones who cares. I knew there was a couple, but after a while, like I said, I'm not going to do this if it's going to make me feel bad. I'm not going to bother people. I don't don't care. I don't want to do it. So I sent out an email and the subject said, is there anyone out there who still cares about real music? And it was literally, it's a genuine question. Let's see. I have 549 people on my email list. 389 people read it. 59 people clicked on it, which is better than usual. 5 people unsubscribed. Well, I don't need them. I guess it's better that they're gone. They're not your right audience. Don't worry. So anyway, go down and I said, Hi everyone. Honestly, I almost didn't send this email. True. I wanted to let you know my new single covers for my upcoming album of comedy errors came out Friday. I'm proud of the song. I spent years writing this album. I paid for myself, built the website myself, learned video editing, production, graphics, all of it. Every part of this project you see in here was made by me, an actual human being trying to create something honest. But lately, it's hard not to feel like music has become disposable. Everything moves so fast now, algorithms, AI, endless content. Sometimes it feels like songs are just background noise people scroll past before moving on to the next thing. Anyone else feel like that? And after a while, it could feel a little deflating sending emails out into the void and never really knowing if there's anyone on the other side still there. A lot of you on this list are probably here from the old days, maybe from Love Zombies, old tours, old songs, old versions of me, back when music felt different, back when discovering artists or connecting to an album felt more personal and meaningful. Maybe some of you still feel that too, or remember what that felt like. Because the truth is, I don't care about having the biggest audience. I'd rather connect with 100 real people who genuinely care than shout out into the noise trying to reach thousands who don't. I know everyone is promoting something these days, but I dedicated my life to music because I believe it matters when it's real, when it comes from the soul, not from algorithms, not from machines or AI. Real human expression is sacred to me, and it is. And I still believe there are some people out there who feel the same. And I know there are some. So if you're one of those people, hit reply and just say, yes. That's it. I'm thinking about starting fresh and building a new list centered around people who actually want to be here for this next chapter. And if you want to hear the new songs covers, here it is. So there you go. I put that out really because it was a gauge. I wanted just to see one, as I said, a lot like I haven't really written emails in many, many years. I sent one out on Christmas. I sent out a free album, Christmas album, and some people downloaded it. And, some people said Merry Christmas. That was nice. And then I think I maybe since then I sent out maybe 3, maybe 4 at the most. I think it was only 3. Like, okay, covers is coming and this and why I've been gone and blah, blah, blah. And I think when I put the thing about covers coming, my sister wrote back and she said something nice. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But really why I wrote it back, what I wrote was I just want to see, like I said, I know people are busy. You don't expect anything back. But at the same time, when you get to that feeling where what I have put out, it's not, how do I explain it? It's like, I'm also giving you a gift. And if you're not going to pay for it, fine. That's fine. But maybe say, hey, I liked it. Thanks. Otherwise, I know you're not listening. Maybe I'm bothering you. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's in your spam. I'm not mad, but it's just like, you feel like you're cheaping. It's like, like you feel like it's a hard feeling. I guess I'm probably not even putting it into words that well, but I just started thinking it's like, you know what? I don't have huge expectations, but I have a little bit of expectations from just humanity, and so when I put that out, I couldn't believe it. Literally people started writing back, yes. It's like, oh, wow. Okay. Now, not a lot, like hundreds. Now, when you do the math, I had, like I said, how many people did I send this to? 549, 389 people read it, 59 people clicked, and 23 people so far wrote back and said yes. Now, to me, when you do the numbers, like, oh, that's still nobody cares that. No, because you know what? Now I know those are 21 people who I freaking love. They're going on a new list, and I am going to start a new list because I'm tired of I don't want to feel bad when I put stuff out and bother people. Like, and the people who wrote back were people I haven't talked to in a long time, and they were real. And some of them said more than yes. There was and so I spent a lot of yesterday actually writing emails to people. And it wasn't like junk or like ChatGPT or like, look at my thing. It was like, I remember you have 2 daughters. How are they? Like, well, how, it was just like, it was literally the most connection I've had online in months and maybe a year. Like, because after a while, you just feel bad doing it. I don't know if anyone else does because you're always like, oh, what are the views? And I just like, no. So it was really, actually, I was so happily surprised. And thank you, Aaron, for writing back. And Shannon wrote back, I don't know, like, again, this is not punishment. Like, oh, all those people, screw them. No, I mean, I'll keep sending some stuff, but I'm gonna start like putting a little list together. And like I said, I was so happy. I was so happy that at least somebody, 20 people wrote back. That was better than I've expected. I was just like, So my point is that was nice. It was I saw, okay, there are some people who care. And there usually are people who are older who I said, "Do you remember what it feels like?" Someone wrote back and said, "Oh my gosh, this feels like," I forget what they said, but like, "This feels like it's an odd email to get. It feels like back in the old days." And I said, "Yes, I still have a CD burner." And he asked if am I gonna have physical merchandise? I said, "I don't know. No one has CDs anymore, but I have a CD burner and I do have a CD for you, Smerglio. I gotta send it out." But I don't know. It was just something small like that. Like, and I mean it when I say it's like you just want to know that you are connecting with somebody. Because we could say it 100 times, I just do it for myself. Yes, but then I'm not going to be sitting here sacrificing, being broke, going broke, doing this because I talked about it and I say for a long time I did struggle and just I said I don't care whatever it takes to get this done. After I left Hollywood and shit hit the fan, I was never able to. I actually feel like a lot happened that I was screwed out of a lot of stuff that or whatever. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna get this album out there, and it took a long time. It took a lot of money. Yeah, it did take a lot of money. It took a lot of work. I've learned everything. Everything you see was made by me. Every artwork, every graphic, every website, everything. And it was just something I needed to get out of my damn soul. Like for so many years, it was like stuck in there. It was like I gotta get it out. That's why it's like, okay, next is out June 5th. I'm already working on the third single. It's just gonna start coming out, and then it's gonna live. It's gonna be there, and maybe people will discover it, and maybe people will pay for it down the line. And I don't care if they do. Great. If they feel generous and they say, hey, you know what? I hope that people like her come, stick around. I actually I'm sick of this AI music. Maybe they won't, but there you go. It's there. And it will be out and I'm done trying I make it. I don't care. I'm not here to make it. I'm here to bring light to the world, to bring connection, to bring joy, to through my struggle and pain, maybe someone else listens to Hole in Our Heart, or someone listens to my song I'm Sorry About Finding God, or listens to The Shadow Dance, or listens to Amnesia, or listens to one of my songs, or Eden Shire, or The Devil in Me, or oh, these are all songs on my album, or Sweet Poison Love, or whatever it is, and says, "Oh my gosh, I love that. I know, I felt that. I've connected with it." A couple of people said I love covers, and again, this is not me seeking validation or how great am I? Did you like the song? What did you think? It's more like you connected with it. Oh, awesome, good, good, because that's why I'm doing it, and it's not for money. And it's great to say that because it's like, you know what? I'm cool now. I'm going to go find another way to make money. Maybe this will on the side. Great, come in, but it's not my primary thing. But it was my primary thing for so many years, and it was really odd going back into it because, like a lot of kids, when I say kids or people, they're younger. They're now. This is their first time trying to make it. I'm glad I don't. I'm trying to make it. I'm just trying to break the noise and be part of this bullshit. I just want, maybe there's a couple hundred people. Maybe it will when I do shows. I'll meet some people again. Maybe something. It's just some kind of like connection, and we desperately need that now more than ever. And it's not just up to the musicians, it's the consumers too. If you want to you don't want to pay, for music, it's all consuming, you don't have time, you don't even see that you're trained to be a freaking robot and it's all just, I'm so busy, I can't listen to all, I remember her, then there you go. Don't complain in 5 or 10 years when there is no independent, because there's not going to be any left. There's not, because we can't even pay the bill. We can't do anything. And then they expect us to have a huge budget to go and promote it. So I could compete with millionaire robots. Like, what? So I don't know. Is that making sense? I'm going to head over to the comments. Here we go. Let's see. Good evening. Good evening, Joe. Joe is in the house. Good evening, Hollis chat. Aaron's in the house. Hello, Aaron. Good evening, Aaron. Aaron says, last week was tough in the hospital, at home again, and on the mend. Don't take your health for granted. No, I always say that your health is your wealth. There's always something to be grateful for. Being able to see, being able to hear. It's just little things we take for granted. But God bless you, Aaron. I'm glad you're on the mend. I'm hoping every day it gets a little better and you'll be back to new. But I'm so glad to hear that you're done with it, and hopefully, like we said, quick and speedy recovery. How is the weather out there? The snow is gone here and the ground is drying up and the grass is getting green again here in Maine. The weather is good. It's weird. It's an odd weather here. Yesterday it was like 90 degrees. I loved it, of course. I was like, oh, I was in my dress, and then I went to Walmart and it was freezing in there. But the weather wasn't really nice, and now today was like raining all day. So it's up and down. It's very odd. And then it gets cold at night where I'm like, oh, gotta put the heat on. I'm freezing already. I'm freezing all of a sudden. So I don't know. It's like my first cycle of weather here. I mean, I'm not that far from Pennsylvania, but it's different, I guess. But I'm looking forward to the pool weather. The pool is not open yet. I think it's opening. I don't know the exact date, but it's Memorial Day Monday, right? This weekend. So that's usually when like really summer starts. It's like, oh, it's Memorial Day weekend. And let's pray that it's nice and warm. Because I remember Memorial Days where it's always like raining and freezing in Pennsylvania. So let me know, guys. Do you have big plans for this weekend? And do you guys have like a long weekend coming up for you have Monday off? Some people have Friday off. MAGA Dirt Biker says it was pouring rain here. Yeah, it was warm, but it was rainy. I'm on vacation, so there's nothing better than being cozy in the house with Hollis-tics on a rainy day. Aw, yeah. Well, I'm glad I could be here on the rainy day. Chris says, so true. We end up spending more than we make. I don't think I'm getting the emails. Add me to the list. I'll respond. I know that you will respond. Don't worry. But yeah, no, I don't. I will add you. And anyone who's in here, I feel like I have all your emails, but maybe you're not on the list. But again, I'm just starting. Like I said, I'm not doing this to be like, oh, all those people. Because there's just people who maybe didn't get it. I'm not like angry or bitter at these people. Nothing. I'm not really not. It's not their fault or overwhelmed. But at the same time, you also have to protect your own energy. It's like, I'm not going to sit here writing emails and then begging and people, oh, it's spam. And you put me in this and they spam like and deleted me. Like, screw you. Okay, maybe I am. Yeah, you get bitter. It's like, fuck you. I do feel like that sometimes. It's like, whatever. I don't know how you're here or whatever, but it's been a long time. I guess you're not into it. That's fine. God forbid a nice compliment. But I did get some nice compliments. And like I said, it's not even like you're fishing for compliments, but it was more like, is there any hello, like the Pink Floyd song. Is there anybody out there? Is it in there or out there? Like, oh my God, is there anybody? Like, you just want some kind of like connection. Like, I know that's why I said maybe if I ask people to reply yes. I mean, it takes like 2 seconds. It's the least you could do if you do listen and you enjoy. I don't want your money. Hey, if you want to pay, great, I'll take it. But I don't want your money. But if you like it, you enjoy it, you did actually listen, then say, hey, I liked it. Good job. Or, hey, yes, I'm a human. I want to be on your list. Oh, cool. Then I will send it. I don't bombard or spam, but then I'll know at least it's going to people that they never have to write back again. I'm just happy that knowing, okay, there's 23 there, including my sister and aunt. Thank you guys. And you guys. And we'll just build little by little because like I said, I do not give a flying fuck anymore. I don't care about, oh, I'm going to make it in the music industry. I'm going to make it, Yes, everybody wants to make a living doing something they love rather than something they hate. But in the meantime, let's just keep creating. So why do we create? Making it. Why do we create? Because you have to get it out of your soul. And it's a beautiful thing. Like that's why I get so mad when that girl was crying. It's like, here's these people impersonating artists. Like, screw you. There's people who've been here from the beginning who learned their instruments, who learned how to produce, who've learned how to do years and then like that. Boom, let's come in and take that over too. Just like they taken over everything. Let's come over. Let's take the sacred. Well, you know what? We won't let them. And regardless if you're going to pay me or not, or we make freaking pennies, we're still going to get our damn music out there. And it's going to help people. Just like Chris's song, just like other people who's come and gone in this chat room. Maybe, I don't know. But you know what I mean? So whatever. We are recreating something out of it. And it's inspired me and I'm working on something. And that's where it's called a movement. Back the hippie movement, the hippie day. People need to take a stand. I wrote the reconnection movement. The follow-up is the recreation movement. It's in the works right now. And I've always been someone who was like, I've led a weird life. It's not like you pick this. It's a blessing and a curse sometimes. I talk about this a lot, I don't suggest it to many people, but people who really stay the course. And then I say, and I ask, truly, would you still do this if someone said to you, you're never going to make it, you're never going to make any money, you're never going to make it. Whatever, like if you're a content creator, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're whatever, you're never going to make any money for this, ever. Would you still do it? Is there enough purpose that it feels like, would you still do it? Now, this is a rhetorical question. There's no right or wrong answer. If you say no, that's not wrong. It's just like, okay, then you're in it hoping it just gets you money. Now, for someone like me, that when it's the only thing you've done, and you are like, shit, if I don't get money, I can't do it. I used to kind of think like that, but now I'm like, wait, that's not true. If I don't get money, I got money for years from it. I can't spend as much. I can't dedicate as much time, but could I still do it? Yes. So my answer will always be yes. It's a part of me. Going to do it regardless. But if you answer no to that, their sole focus is money, and that's where we are. The people who are making money from it, their root, they don't care if it's shit. They don't care if it's made by a robot. It's about money and cracking the code, and that's not real. That's not real art. It's not soul. It's not pain. It's not independent art. It's not a girl crying. It's not people. It's not art. You know? But that's why the people, we have to be strong. We have to say, you know what? We're going to find a way. And that's why I always say it's very important to help each other. You know, it's just, I don't have the answers. I wish I did. I'm just kind of talking and brainstorming out loud. But I know that there is going to be a need for it, and there already is a need for it. So if you could just accept that maybe right now, maybe it'll come back in style. Maybe right now you won't make any money from it. You're probably going to lose money. Will you still do it? Will you still find time to do it? For me, like I said, I can't just only do this then now if no money comes from it. But I had that time over the last couple of years. I just was hell bent on getting it out, doing whatever I had to do. Stay at home, live with my mom, freaking eat ramen noodles, live on the cheap. Like I said, I was lucky. Dan had a job. I could have been out making freaking good money. I have a degree. I could have done something else, but I didn't care. And I said, no, I want to do this. I want to get it out there. I want to put something good on the world. If I die tomorrow, I left something behind at my light, like something, it was in me. But now at this point, it's cool. But so people who are younger and never went out to Hollywood or never tried, and they're like, oh my God, I'm going to make it, because trust me, making it, your problems don't go away. You know what I mean? It's just, now it comes back to that whole thing. Celebrities who have all the money in the world, and they're all depressed, and they're in rehab, and they're doing drugs, and they're suicide, like all that stuff. Why? Because you have everything, you realize it doesn't make you happy. So trust me, from someone who almost made it, listen, I don't ever talk or too much or oh my gosh, I was flying first class. I was in Hollywood. I did all this stuff. I had a manager. If I played my cards right, I probably could have had better, So I saw what the other side was, and it doesn't make your problems go away. That's the thing with celebrities and all that. Money can't buy you happiness. Money helps. Money will help you be able to do more and to have the resources. And yes, money does make things so much easier and better, but it's not the only thing. And if that is the only reason you're creating, then I guess it's time to say, okay, well, if it's working, fine. Then if it's the only reason you're creating, you don't care if you put crap out there. You're just like, whatever. What's the trend? What's the latest thing? Oh, whatever. What's the clickbait? I'll do the clickbait. I just make me cringe to be like, hey guys, check out my tits and my new single. But clickbait, baby, I don't know. It just can't do it. So there you go. You're going to play the game or not. It's all a game. It's all a game. Life is this gift you game. This gift you game you play. Life is a gift. This game we play. It's all freaking a game. I feel like my lipstick smeared. Sorry, guys. It's all a game. It's like, what are you willing to do? To me, it's just like, I'd rather not make money from music. Make sure I put out something I'm proud of, sacred, like something meaningful to me, maybe meaningful to others, as long as it's good. Because I could just go on the trend and be like, oh, okay, who cares? Let me just pop out anything because I want to make it and I'm going to have 1 million followers. There's plenty of people who have hijacked the movement, who've hijacked it all and got all the gifts and stuff, because they're going to make a lot of money than that girl who's probably making her own songs and crying about it for now, because that's where we are right now. That's the trend. That's what it is now. And it may continue to be like forever. It may get worse. But if enough people like her, me, Chris, and probably millions of other people, thousands who feel the same way, say, you know what? let's say stay in your lane. Let's why don't we build another lane outside of it? We'll be the alternative to the BS. Again, can't just be me. We can't just be Chris. Where's everyone else? Will they ever find us? But maybe they will, because I'm done being like, oh, I have to show and try to find everybody. When people look, there are real people here. Who is messaging me? Sorry, guys. Again, there's the phone. I get all these little dings. I have no idea who's messaging me, where they're coming from. Yeah, that's the story. So true. Aaron says, that does sound comfortable. I enjoyed this show because I find it soothing and entertaining. Oh, good. Do you remember receiving mixtape from a friend and became one of your most beloved possessions? I remember, yes. Oh my gosh. Be quiet, phone. See, I put the volume down and I feel like it still beeps. Yes. A mixtape. And then the burnt CDs. I remember I went to CDs. But yeah. That's a thing. Like we took was it I don't know what that was. Sometimes my thoughts just escape me. And I feel like I'm not making sense at all, but maybe in my own head I am. Anybody? Cheers, cheers, cheers. I am drinking LaCroix, Pamplemousse, aka grapefruit. Is that French, Aaron? Pamplemousse? That looks like French, aka grapefruit. How's everyone having? No, this is non-alcoholic. See, it keeps beeping, and this is where Dan is probably annoyed with me because I get really frustrated. I'm like, I hate this freaking phone. We just got to learn it. Okay, well, I'd rather it not keep beeping and distracting me during Hollis-tics. And I put the volume down and it's still beeping. So I don't know. Anyone have an Android? Everyone love their Android phone? I don't know. It drives me a little bit cuckoo. Banana. Banana. But yes, mixtapes for sure. And other things too. Like I brought it up the other night. I saw that No Doubt was doing a concert. I watched some of it and I just used to love them. So there it is again. See, this is the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to just turn it off because it's really annoying me. So I'm just going to turn my phone off right now. Power off. If it still beeps, we really have a problem, guys. Oh. But yes, I was watching No Doubt. And I loved them when I was a kid. I loved Gwen Stefani. I thought she was so freaking cool. Oh my God, she was so cool. She was the best front person. And I just loved her. I grew out of it, I don't really say they're my favorite band anymore, not for many years, but then hearing the concert, hearing the album, she ran out and did one of her songs from like her first album that probably not everybody remembers, but maybe they do, the hardcore fans, but it's that memory. And there's whatever band, what's your favorite band out there? What's, those kind of things. But I do like, I don't know. It's just, again, do we just accept it? And again, that's why I wrote that email to people too. It was just like, you guys are the consumers. It was, do you care? It wasn't even like, do you care? Do you even care? It was like, do you care if your music is made? Can you tell the difference? Do you care if it's all AI? Do you care if there's going to be no, like, really people bothering even learning instruments? Because we'll get to that point too. Like, why bother learning the guitar? I don't think that, because we grew up learning to play the piano. It's fulfilling. It's fulfilling when you get over that hurdle and you actually can play a chord or whatever. Because you're going to get to the point where people are like, well, why bother? AI can do it. Now, that is the question. Is there enough people out there like, wait a minute, this is something we should try to preserve? Like, it's a hobby for kids. Like, pick up an instrument. It's part of their formative years. Even in band class, you had to pick something to play. Like, I picked the trumpet and the baritone horn, and I can play the trumpet a bit, but and then some people stayed with it and liked it, and other gravitated towards something else. They just weren't into it. That's fine, but having the choice and it's discipline. Learning is a skill, not just music, but whatever it is. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's art, maybe it was sewing, whatever it is. Like picking something up, learning it, putting it also, what's the word? Develops you as a human, as a discipline, moral, not even morals. Yeah, morals too. But like just saying, okay, I'm going to pick something up. I'm going to see it through. I'm going to finish. I'm going to get better. No, I'm going to have patience. So I said, my dad was the one who would say, you need to have patience. And I said, no, I don't want to play the organ. I didn't really even like it in the beginning, but he he kind of made me stick with it. And he said, well, just keep doing it. If you really hate it down, like then you could stop. And I ended up loving it because I got good at it after a while and it was even fulfilling. But it's going to get to the point where it's just like, well, no, we could just like have an app for it. Who cares? Who cares, man? And I think that's the saddest thing, But then it goes back to parents too. Like, like, what's the word? I'm at a loss. Like making their children or giving the opportunity or like knowing enough to say, let them, like it's important. Like let them play a real piano, not just a freaking Guitar Hero or whatever it is, So we're in a very odd time. And that's why it is weird. Just seeing it now from two perspectives. Because I knew coming back into it, I would have to deal with all this. And I'm like, it's changed. So I've seen it in two different ways. Like actually before there were phones. Really? When we played at CBGB's, there wasn't cell phones, I don't think. Or maybe there was, but it was just like the little flip. It wasn't I don't even know if you could take a picture with it at that point. But and then I went to Hollywood and then I found a big manager and an agent and this and that and like got a break and thought I made it. And I saw the whole world of that and all the stuff that comes with that. And it's so much politics. I mean, it's the same who how much money they have to help you to this. It's the same BS that it's the same thing. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like there's anything wrong with you if you don't make money from music. Oh, just do it a hobby, quit. Oh, you suck. No, it's just the way it's designed. So then it weeds out people who are really who say, oh, well, I'll just go do something else. I don't really care that much. Because that's okay too. Like, it's not that there's any wrong with that. Like, whatever, but for me, I'm 40 freaking years old now. Like, I've been doing it since I was 20. It's just like, if I was only doing it for money, a long time ago, I'd be like, oh man, forget this. Just something in your soul you can't stop. And I actually, when I got back to Scranton and all that stuff that had happened, it was a daunting task learning all this stuff. But I was like, oh my gosh, I could have control of my own music. I could paint a picture of what's in my mind. I could do it. I have to learn all this stuff. But when I make my videos, it's what's in my mind. When I make the pictures, like for instance, let's pick up this. Like I made, okay, here, I'm going to play a video, a little video I made. Years ago, I couldn't do all this. So I was excited having all these tools. So I could actually, so there's some good stuff about it. So some of these tools are cool. It's fun. This is the thing where I did use AI just for at the end there. You'll see it. I'm going to play this little video. But years ago, I couldn't do any of this myself. So there is good things. If you can focus on I think the creativity of not the outcome. And it's so hard because you're conditioned. Oh, views, this, that, money. Like, and then it just ruins it. But this is what I'm saying. It's exciting to be able to do things like this. I didn't have the tools to know how to do any of this before.
They got us forgotten who we are, left in the dark. In the light of grace, we'll remember our home, see the face of the sacred place that we know, and we'll remember who we are. It's Amnesia, we're all got amnesia.
Yep. And then I made this one.
It's Amnesia, we're under amnesia. They got us forgotten who we are. It's a spell that we're under, cast from the start. It's time to remember.
There we go. I was just looking at the comments. I don't know. I'm a little off tonight. Huh. I think it was because I had a wardrobe malfunction in the beginning, and I have this dress on, and then when I put it on the camera, I didn't like it. But now I don't know. It's underneath here. It's like, oh, I'm like a referee. Hello. Must Kill Chris says to Aaron, heal fast, Aaron, best wishes. And Same from everybody. Hollis, I believe you had a breakthrough. I did, Aaron. I totally had a breakthrough. And it's not a sad breakthrough like, oh, it was sad at the moment. Like it was like I was crying. I was like, ah, but it was like it was a breakthrough. It was just like, don't fight it. Why? No, remember who you are. Remember, go back to the core of who you are. Why you do things. You know, it's always been difficult for artists and all that. It's just but does that make you stop? Like stop creating, stop playing music. All the tools we have, all the tools are, but it comes to, and I admitted that too. I started being conditioned to this new thing. Oh my gosh, I have to do this. And this music says that I should do this, and then all of a sudden I'm taking advice again from people I don't even like, and I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. You know, no one's going to tell me what to do and like how I should do it. You know, yes, there's a point you can use these tools. Like you could use TikTok. I still gonna put little clips, and because there are some, you know, whatever. You still do it, but not to the point where it's like, oh, do or die. Oh no, it likes my music. Oh my god, I'm a loser. You know, it's just like, you know what I mean? I'm just like, whatever. Chris says, we're here for the real people who want to find us, and I'm sure they will. We'll beat the machines. I love that. It's true. We are all lions. We are not your robots. We are all lions. Okay, speaking about that, another thing. Chris, are you still there? Because I want to show you this one too. I mean, I want to show everybody, but hold on one second. Let's get rid of that. Okay, here we go. I saw this today, and this kind of was like, okay. This is someone who apparently this is Buzz Music LA. I like their account. There's a lot of good things on there. It seems they're helpful. It says it's the home for independent music. Send us your music, which I haven't done, but I will. There's Big Hug Music Group. They follow them. That's the one I was saying, the sync thing. We will see. We will see if they write back and what they say. I mentioned them earlier that I paid $100 and then I submitted a couple songs, says you have to pay for everything. It's fine, I guess, because humans will curate their music and go through every single submission. So I'm still waiting to hear what they said. When I originally said it, did say it would take, I think 4 to 6 weeks maybe for them. They'll let you know either way if they declined you or if they think your music is syncable, licensable, meaning it could go in the background of a movie or something. Still haven't heard anything back. They did write back and said they were overwhelmed with responses and it's going to be longer. Okay, so they did say something, but I keep seeing the ad coming out saying, is your music by humans? Is your music human made? We want more. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe you should get back to the people first who've already paid you and then collect more money. Again, it sounds jaded and bitter. The judgment still, not the judgment. We'll know soon if I ever hear from them again or if I don't, you know. But it's just like, okay, you know, I don't know. You want to be hopeful, but after a while, we'll see. But anyway, the point is, here's Buzz Music. Here, I'll put them up. I like this, the home for independent music. They have a lot of Buzz Music wasn't born in a boardroom. It was born in a high school hallway. MySpace message, bloody bathroom floors. Obviously, they must be from the UK if they're saying bloody bathroom floors and sold out basement shows we weren't supposed to pull off. We're not a media brand that came up through the system. We are a reaction to it. I like that. Founded by 2 lifelong best friends, Buzz Music started as a one-night birthday show. 2 girls, no industry context, just $10 tickets and a line around the block. That show turned into a scene. The scene turned into a movement. And the movement turned into a mission with a one-way ticket to LA in 2018. The outcome, a near-death experience and promise to protect independent artists and give them the kind of spotlight they deserve without compromise. So we will see. There's a reason I pulled that up because I saw this today. And it is relative here to what we are talking about. Okay, good. Chris is still there. So yeah, maybe follow them. There's a lot, and I haven't done it yet. Chris, maybe you want to do it too. When I get a day to go through, they do have and I wrote some stuff down the one day, and I'm like, okay, now that covers is out, I'm going to submit it. They have 11 blogs supporting it. You know, you got to email all these people, but you know, send anything. You can send your music to these people or whatever. Maybe it'll, get somewhere. You know, so they do have a lot of I liked it. So anyway, this is the one I wanted to talk about here. It says, should independent artists be utilizing AI in their release rollouts? Okay. Now, it just says utilizing AI in the release rollouts. Someone says it's now, because we've talked about this before too, about art, about music, about tools. optimization tools, video editing, these things. I used in the Amnesia I just played, like I said, I used the little bubble I was floating in. I mean, that's AI. And I couldn't like do that myself. I don't know how to do that, but I thought it was cool. I'm like, you know what? These tools are there. If you're going to use some of them, Chris and I both agreed, like when it comes to the music, the actual music, no. But when it comes to using other tools, and we had this discussion, right? When you were here before with artists, like, okay, um, yeah, we would much rather pay a real human, but what's the catch 22, right? They've made it like independent music people will not make any money. So how are we going to pay other artists, which we would prefer, but does that make us bad because we're using AI that they force down our throat? So I definitely have mixed feelings about it because a lot of people are all, oh, no, it's all bad. It's all bad. Which you think in a good way. Oh, good. People are thinking it's bad. But it's the same time, it kind of annoys me a little bit because it's like these are the tools that are forced down our throat. And they actually are helpful for the independent musician who has to do everything and isn't an artist. I am not a good drawer. I can, like, Chris is a graphic artist. I've learned how to do Canva and stuff, which now I could take some of these images and add my own thing. So it's a little bit of, I am using it a little bit, but now it's like, oh, how dare you even use it? It's like, screw you, make up your mind, like I said, they force us to use these tools, but give no choice. And then some ways they are helpful, like a chat GPT. You could write a press release in a couple minutes as opposed to what it would take hours. And now that we're expected to do every single freaking thing and be a millionaire to be able to pay for it and wear 80,000 hats, yeah, damn right, I'm going to use some of the tools. But so I just thought that was interesting. Someone said it's soulless nonsense role playing as humans. As artists, we are to push humanity to flourish. AI rips those fruits away and tosses them into the mud. So I agree with a lot of it too. Obviously not. Should indie artists delegate their art to a computer? I fix the question, make your own art. It's the whole point. And roll out is part of the art. So are they talking about just art or just music? Because they're two different things. There is just the music, which is obviously the sonic, the sound. Then there's the art. But as I said, you have to do everything yourself. So I am not a painter. I'm not an artist. I guess I could put things together. Like for instance, let's see. Let's go back to my thing here. I did make this. When I say I made everything, yeah, I did. Let's see. This is not AI, I guess. I made this on Canva. I took the background. I mean, it took me a while to learn how to use all the tools and stuff. I mean, it's so much easier than Photoshop. And we talked about this. Chris was a graphic artist, and this is Chris. You said you didn't know what Canva was, but that's what this is. Where I was able to use it. I found backgrounds, but I learned how to use it. It's not that hard. But I mean, I've been doing it for a couple of years now. So, but there's my logo. I mean, that logo was generated with, I think, AI. But I told him what I wanted. I said I want an H, I want an hourglass, I want it to kind of look like this. I couldn't draw that. So yeah, so I cut that out and put that on the background. It was my idea for these colors in the back, like the aura and all that stuff. And the clouds. I mean, the idea is mine, and that's obviously me, a picture of me that was cut out from the photo shoot, and I cut it out of the background and all that. So, so again, it's kind of broad. Someone says, I don't know. I know artists who are so against AI music, but will use AI for posts, cover art, videos, etc. That seems pretty hypocritical. See, I don't think it does with that. I know artists that I don't know. I guess who are so against AI music, but will use AI for posts, cover art, videos, etc. That seems pretty hypocritical. See, that's the thing where I don't agree because it's like, again, if you can't be like, it's just, if it was a world where they didn't strip every like last hope away from independent artists, I'd be like, yeah, no, like let's stick together and freaking only and ban AI. Look at my shirt from freaking 5 years ago. Say no to AI. In the very beginning, I felt very much like this. I was like, no, bad. I didn't see the benefit of it all. Still, even now, it's just kind of like, well, here it is. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get worse. Are you going to live in the past and be stuck? Or are you going to try to use these tools against them or use the system within their system to create good things with it? So I don't know. Again, just kind of, I did so in the very beginning for cover art. Never again. It's a question of principle. See, I don't know. Like I said, I think if you could use it's your idea and you have to use tools, then I don't think it's wrong. But same thing with music, I think, right? Like, I mean, I'm against using just fake vocals. I mean, obviously, I'm a singer, keyboards, things. I don't know. I've never used AI. I'm just going to remove this. I never used AI for my music. So I don't even know what tools they would be. I mean, I'm literally just thinking out loud as I'm talking here. Hold on, so you see what I mean? Okay, so let me go back here. My media. What else did I create? Like, I don't know. Just everything I've done like this, for instance. Like, I mean, I guess that's not AI. That's a real picture from the photo shoot. And I mean, that's nothing too extravagant, but it's kind of just simple. But, I made that one today. But, these are, my ideas, the chessboard, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Oh. Okay, let's play this one.
Life is a gift, the game we play.
Oh, there you go. There you have it. That's me. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Hold on. Hold on. It's stuck up there. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. There she is. I'm back. I'm back. But for instance, like that video that you just saw, like years ago, I wouldn't be able to do any of that because you would have to go and like literally shoot all this different footage. I don't know. I didn't know how to do it. Now I used a tool. It's called Artlist. It has all this footage. It's expires. I can't afford it right now because it's freaking like $400 a year. And you could go and you could get all this, anything you can imagine, oceans, whatever, like any footage you think of that you can't go out and shoot, you could use it. So I use the game, mixing all these things. I mean, these are tools now. So that's not AI, but it's still a tool. I mean, like I said, what are you going to do? I don't know. It's like, whatever. I like, your own fine line. Like if you're being lazy and you don't want to do any, and then you just want to, there's definitely a difference. So I'm in between, I could talk about this. Yeah. Aaron said, art imitates life, then life imitates art. Yes. Chris says, I could talk about this AI stuff all day. I 100% agree with what you're saying. Yeah. We talked about, because it's going to come up a lot. I mean, especially because of what we do, but, like I said, I'm just like silent. I'm just thinking out loud, it's just whatever, if people were so against AI, well, then when it was coming, you should have put up more of a fight, because it's here. I don't know. This is okay. This is a longer one, so maybe I won't read all of it. But someone said, I imagine at some point there will be a shift in the public opinion about it as it starts really changing shit for everyone. I more so think that there will be a huge media push for it all on all social platforms. They're going to try and cash out too early, like the BBC reporting on planned demolition. Okay, there's a lot there, but yeah, you could go back and look at it. But yeah, this is a pretty good one. Buzz LA. Someone said, if I don't make my own art, I have no reason to wake up in the morning. Someone said it should not touch a single note, beat, or vocal line, period. Someone said, should human beings exercise their right to choice? People said, no, you shouldn't use it. No, and I'm an independent artist. If they want to, of course, fuck no. So there you go. More people saying no. And like I said, again, it all comes back to what's it called? The conundrum. the conundrum, because there's another thing, guys, another job out there that everybody hears now. No, not an influencer. Please. If you're going to influence, do something good with it. Okay. But anyway, a content creator, right? Now, I'm a content creator because I freaking make content all day and put it out there. Am I getting paid for it? No, not really. So there was a point to this. It comes, then you're trying to make money being a content creator. So then you're using these tools, which is like pump out content all the time. So let me just pull an AI track. Those people don't probably care. They're not a musician. They're a content creator. They're using content that other people made to make their content. So they need an audio track, they need a video, they need a font, they need a picture. They don't care. They just, all those different reels, like whatever, like all of that stuff that you see, the recipe, all that stuff. They're content creators. So they're the ones, if they're putting in their reels and they're getting millions of views and somehow they got it locked down where they know how to market it and they know how to get the clicks and the funnels. Content creators are the ones who are going to I'm not saying for everyone, probably don't care if it's AI music. They don't care if it's written by a human or if it's a real drummer. They don't care. They're just like, okay, what's a great song for my freaking song about my morning coffee? I needed this. Okay, an AI track, or let me make an AI track. They're the ones who are probably using it the most. But the problem is they've forced musicians who are supposed to be playing music and this to become content creators because you have to get it out now. And how do? You got to put content out. You got to put 300 pieces of content around each song. You have to do that. So this is struggle of like trying to figure out, so people who are truly here just like to make the music and connect and the soul, like that's different than being a content creator, but they've merged it all together. They've made it figuring out how to make money. So everyone's consuming endless content. Everybody's making content. Everybody's trying to figure out how to monetize money from their content. I mean, it's just a whole shit show. And there's some people who crack the code and are doing probably fantastic. Whatever. It's just like, but again, I don't think they were in Hollywood 20 years ago and they're like sitting here crying like, oh my God, there's no more music anymore. It's not a real drummer. They don't give a shit, and I guess why should they? Do they care that much? Probably not. So I don't know if any of that's making sense, but yes. Well, thank you there. Jess does get it. So sometimes when I'm talking, I'm like, I don't know if I'm making sense because I just have so many thoughts going through my head. I'm like, is this like conveying it all? So I'm glad it does make a little sense. Bam, you nailed it. The people who care are the real musicians, the ones who are getting bamboozled by nonsense. Yes. And that's again, like I said, so most musicians, like, listen, I'm not a hypocrite. Back in the day, I was younger. I wanted to make it. I was from Scranton. We grew up, and we have a rich family. You struggle. You're middle class. Like you want to go out and like, oh, I'm going to be the one who makes it. I'm going to hit it big, and then I could buy them all a house in California. We could all have a happy ending. You want then you hear an American Idol. What? Then that was years later, an American Idol. What is everyone's like? Did anyone say, why do you want to be an American Idol? Did any of them say, because I have a song about God I want to tell the world. I want to heal the world. I want to bring consciousness. No, they're all like, well, my mom lives in a trailer park. I want to buy her a house. I mean, these are, you know what I mean? You're doing it because you want to make it, because you are sold the dream that you're going to be the person who makes it. Trust me, I was there in Hollywood. I saw what it is. I saw the gatekeepers. I saw what it takes. I saw the soul. You're this, that, like we have to, like what you have to do. Gatekeepers. There's a tiny percent. And it's the same freaking model. And that's the same thing. It's just a different face. So now you don't have to go to LA. You don't have to go to New York City. You don't have to go to freaking Tennessee. If you could, Nashville or whatever, you could make content here and here, but it's still the same thing. Who do you know that's going to fund your thing? Who's going to do you have a team who's going to push your content you made in your living room out to the right people, with the right funnels, with the right CEO, with the right AdSense, with the right thing? Who's going to pay for it? It's the same bullshit. Who's going to back you? Who do you have to sleep with that's going to give you money to do it? Like, sorry, it's the same BS. It's just a different face. So don't even feel bad about it. It is what it is. Here we are. And yeah, you might get lucky. Like, I don't know. I'm not all doom and gloom. Like, there are some people who maybe just had really good things. They hit it at the right time. They were in TikTok in the beginning. They were on YouTube. They're making their subscribers. People are paying them. fantastic, but I think there's a lot of people who are still like, what are we gonna do? Like, and you said, you're right. It's the people who have been doing it for so long who thought, by this time you would think, okay, maybe I'll make just a living. Okay, it'd be nice to not have to. Maybe when I finally put covers out after freaking 20 years, it'll make more than $10. But again, I don't care anymore. Because here we are. But I do think, like anything, perhaps it could come back in style. Perhaps it will come back in style. Right. Jess says, I'm wondering, do local artists have sound men anymore? Or is it all done through some kind of app? I don't know. I think there are still sound people. There have to. I mean, they may be using an app now to mix it and stuff, but I think there are sound people. I just know because I remember being at the Rock and Roll Studios. They have a little thing down there. There's Johnny, the sound guy and stuff. But I'm sure they're probably maybe using an app too and stuff. Again, but that would eliminate sound people as well. If art. But then that was back in the day. That was how you have to get a good sound person. You have to pay them. And so, I don't know. I feel like there may be both. Magador Breaker says, I will work with AI whenever I have to. But at this ranch, the way I have created it in the 1950s and before is very alive and well here. And that's the way it's going to stay as long as I breathe. Yeah. Well, good. That's the problem. Like I say, I've said it in the reconnection movement. I said, is it the end of an era? Is it the end of everything? I don't know. It could be. I'm not trying, but it's just like, or do enough people say, no, let's fight for it? Or is it just, this is evolution and we're going to self-destruct and it's all over and it's all robots? It is a very weird time. And it's a hard time, I think, for people who are older and who are people who are trying to left in this middle age here of gap of like, oh my God, remember it used to be so this, that, like, and now it's just like you said, I said this in the beginning. If you were here, Jess, I don't know. But with the email I sent out, I finally sent out an email said, is there anybody out there? Is there anybody who cares about music made by people? Like, or are you cool with AI? I didn't say that exactly, but like, does it matter does it matter that there will be no more drummers or people learning instruments? Does it matter? And some people wrote back and said, yeah, but they were guarantee. I mean, I don't know their age. I didn't ask for their license or when they were born, but I'm guaranteeing they're older, So yeah. Thank you, James says I'm not that old. Thank you. But, but old enough, like you said, this day and age now, it's just like the millennials and people coming in, they don't know what an album is. They told me, they say it. No one buys albums anymore. Just all about the single. But you know what? Yes, it will matter. It will always matter to me. There are people who care, and there's a lot of us out there. So, holy moly! Okay, speaking of that, let me play something. Now, remember, guys, if you're enjoying the show, I am Hollis Mahady. I have been talking for a while. Tip support the show, guys. Are you enjoying the podcast? If you'd like to support what I'm building, you can buy me a coffee. Every bit of support helps me keep this podcast going and release my music independently. You can leave a one-time tip or become a member for a few dollars a month and unlock exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage you won't find anywhere else. Just visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady or scan the code you see on the screen. Okay, so there you go. They're just thinking about it. There's an example of everything we're talking about. So that, buy me a coffee, I made that. And I don't know who sang that song, but I like it, and I just put it in the background of this video. And I love that. And lights, believe it or not, lights at the end, the song I play in my closing, it's from Epidemic Sound. As a content creator, you can't just use people's music without permission, like all that copyright, whatever, all that stuff. So I pay a monthly thing, and then I could use these songs and not get it like taken down or whatever. And I liked the song Lights so much that I had but I had looked up online. I said, who sings Lights? Like, what band is this? Or I want to reach out to them. I wanted to like cover it or something. I was like, I should sing my own version of it. It's just it's a cool song. And then ChatGPT told me, said they're not really a band. They're just like people who they were hired to make songs for that library, I think. So I think my point of saying that was, it's just there's music that is just for content. It's not, I don't know. I don't know what my point of that was, but there we go. So let's see what else. What other videos do I have here? Oh, here, why it's important to support artists. And again, like I said, it is to the point where you can't help everyone, and that's why I said like we help each other. Pick a couple people, like if you can, and write them back once in a while. If there's an email that comes out and you're like, I like that, before you just, and I'm not, what's it called, yelling or like no, what's the word, scolding to myself too. When you see someone like that put some effort in, it takes time to write those emails. It takes time to create the little banners that go. It takes time to do everything. And if you actually enjoy something and you can't pay, it's not the end of it's okay. I even say on this show, I don't do it just for tips or anything. I put it out there for some new people are watching. They want to throw me $5 or buy me a coffee. Thank you. I appreciate it. It helps. But it's not why I do it. But if you can't, that's why I always say, share it, retweet it. It takes 2 seconds. Because at the point, people are just gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Like, because at least you want something back, like something like a little bit back, like, oh, they appreciate it, they shared it. Thank you. It's like not just always a one-way thing. I'll pour my years into music and just give it for free. And then you won't even write back. You just expect it. And you just get like, you know what? So that's about also just finding the right people who you do know appreciate it. And like I said, it was a very nice breakthrough and surprise that out of that email list, like 23 people actually responded and said, I'm here for it. And I do still care. And thanks for writing. Great to hear from you. It was cool, So those are the little things. It's not about it's just making a small impact in your life, but we need things back too sometimes. And not even just validation. Oh my God, you're so wonderful for your ego. It's just like, after a while, we need it back too. Oh, here we go. Oh, why is it important? When you're truly independent, creating music isn't just art. It's devotion. It's late nights, long days, and pouring your own time, energy, and money into something you believe in, something you feel called to bring into the world. Right now, the world is overflowing with content, music everywhere, so much of it generated in seconds by machines. And somewhere in that noise, real artists are fighting to be heard. The ones who spent years learning their craft. The ones who turned their pain into songs. The ones who kept going when it would have been easier to quit. Most people scroll past without thinking about the soul behind the sound. But if you ever find music that moves you, that heals something in you, that makes you feel less alone, remember, there's a real person behind it. Because good music isn't noise. It's something sacred. If you discover music that speaks to you, support the people who made it, if you can. And then I will also play this too. This is Voice of Freedom Records, which I said I put myself out on first. And just because I wanted, it's on a record label. It's on my record label, Voice of Freedom Records. But my whole point was also with Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Again, I don't talk about it as much because I'm very annoyed with the platform and it's not working the way we want it. But it still is. We put a lot of time, money, energy into it. It's built. It's there. And my whole part of what I really want to focus on was the music channel. I said it in past episodes, and that's worth repeating, guys. It is there when the time comes, and it's coming. I've seen the future. Huh. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out where this is going. Hello? There are going to be people who want a home outside of this BS, and it's quality over quantity. Start with 2, start with 3, start with 4, and know where you go. Like, they're going to be in this place. But we're going to switch to platforms. We have to get the money to do it all, blah, 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 blah. But the dream is not dead. It's just beginning. It's alive. It's alive. So this is why I did it. Here you go. And this song playing in the background is my song, Where Did You Go, Girl? One of my favorite songs off the album. Maybe the song. That is the song where I am going to save up money and spend money on promoting that one and maybe doing a video with some help. And it will cost me some money, but that's all right. That's all right. But here we go. This is the the Music Channel on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. The Music Channel on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. This channel exists to spark a revolution, to shine a light on the undiscovered talent and hidden gems of a new era in music. Built on a foundation of truth, freedom, and fearless exploration, our network gives a voice to artists without compromise, manipulation, or censorship. This is the home of Voice of Freedom Records, where we protect and nurture the hearts, dreams, and visions of our artists with unwavering integrity. Born out of a deep need for something real, we are the alternative. A platform where true musicians and creators are celebrated without strings, without gimmicks, and without selling out. In a world oversaturated with noise, manufactured fame, and artificial voices, we choose quality over quantity. We stand for the real. Real music, real stories, real souls. Not robots, not algorithms, not empty trends. Here, music is sacred. Here, every true voice matters. And here, freedom sings. So there you go. See, even they're interested in joining. There's an application online. There's so much stuff I set up and spent money and time to do, and it is not going to waste at all. It's actually it's just beginning. This is all in the works. It's a seed I've been planting for many, many years, and I knew it was going to come to this point. You see people crying online. Well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? We have to find another way. We have to rebel. You have to do something outside of it. And in the meantime, yes, use the system, use the tools in that system, use their own system against them and build outside of it. It takes people though. It is tricky like anything with money. It takes people. You can't compete against AI. You can't. Like let them do their thing. But freaking be real, be punk rock, do something else. And that's what I'm building and planting the seeds. And Chris says, I hate cutting out before the end, but it's late and I need to. Well, you know what I'm going through. I don't need to say it here, but I should sleep. Yes, Chris, I love you. Sending you lots of love and prayers. And I love you and thinking about you. And you're the best. So we will talk soon. Thank you for being here. And good night. Have a good night. Get some sleep. And thank you for being here. And Jess says, there's nothing at all wrong with that usage, in my opinion. You aren't trying to pawn off AI. AI is your own. That's the difference. Yeah. Like I said, it's just when you're using it. I don't know which one you mean. You mean for the commercial I just played with I love that song. You're in pursuit. I don't know who's saying that, but it just goes with like fun stuff. And it's like, I'm not gonna play my song with that, but it doesn't really fit. But I could. Like I said, I'm getting the Love Zombies rights back. It is my music after all, but signing a record deal is apparently signed something away, but it expired and the guy is cool and I don't know if he took it down yet, but he came down. So I might be able to put it out again on my own record label. And I might just do that because then I could play those songs and not being like, oh, you're using copyrighted material. So that was good news. So that's coming. Aaron says, if we are purists and don't use AI to perform their craft, can we stand out and be chosen? Yeah. That's what I say too. It's just, I think you just have to follow the sun. Oh, yes. About what? Love Zombies? Yeah. If that's what you mean. Sun, I'll follow the sun. And that's really what it comes down to. It's like when you connect to something, music is when you do it really from the soul and it's not like computer or AI, like you channel things. Like when I know I'm doing it, like I'll cry when I play. I'm like, oh, it's coming. Like, they used to be really sad crying, but it should make you emotional. That's why a couple of weeks ago or whatever, a long time ago now, what episode it was, when I was playing Mark Widiad's song and he was like crying and I was just like, that is God speaking through you. You're like having that moment where it's just music is pouring out. It's beautiful. And it's a sacred thing. And people are channels. So it's just do it. And you just can't replicate that with online, with AI. I'm not saying you can't have a moment with it, like producing music and using a loop and, you can't have a magical moment. But I think the purest, at least in my opinion, I've spent more time doing that than the other stuff, is when you are playing the piano, or if that why it's important, why you should learn to play guitar. If, you're interested in music, don't just be like, "Oh, I'll just use it on an app," or, it's like learn to play the strings, like when you can finally play 3 chords and start and sing a little song. Like it's a feeling, it's a moment. Um James. Jim Tim says, if you're gonna do a music video, I'll get you in shape better than any celebrity, make them jelly of you. Yes, I want to get in shape just for myself. I want to feel healthy. But I love that. And finish. Oh, that's awesome, James. Thank you. I was talking about that last week, my arms. I'm like, oh, okay, summer's coming. Things are shifting. Things are going better here. And it's time to get in shape. So you say that the camera adds 10 pounds. Oh, but thank you. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. What was I saying? Oh, but yes, Amnesia. So that is the new single that will be coming out June 5th. Like I said, it's um my dad's birthday. God bless him. And where is it? There she is, June 5th. Yeah. And what is Amnesia? I'm going to be talking probably about it a lot, but um it must have been a strong case. Like I said, we come to this earth, and I think everybody's like, we're always trying to just figure it out. Figure what out? Figure what? The purpose of life, the point of life. What is this all about? Am I here to just to make money? Am I here to have kids? Am I here to do this? What is my career path? What's my purpose? Blah, blah, blah. Is there's like, that some people find it sooner than others. People don't like find it. Find what? Are you trying to find yourself the whole time? Are we just human beings? Spiritual beings having a human experience. We're in these bodies, and we all die. They're not, the bodies are gone. Are we still spirit? Like, do people believe in that? That's what I do. That's God. Energy is eternal. Energy doesn't die. We're all energy, I think. That's my belief. We are energy. It transforms into whatever else it is in the air. That's what we're all connected. We're all one. There's the hippie part of it. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do an episode about the Beatles and George Harrison. I was talking about that last week, and his music, and play that clip that Quentin sent me. It's good. But Amnesia, when you're here, if you start to wake up to these things, like remembering, even when it comes to music, why did you start doing music? Was it to get a record deal? Was it to go to Hollywood so you could fly first class and be like, look at me, I'm on stage, I'm a rock star? Your soul, this like this, that's it. That's how you're gonna make it. You made it. You made it. Well, I remember playing big shows finally after freaking years of struggling little clubs, and freaking, I don't know, 12 years of hustle, probably longer. And then all of a sudden I made it, right? I was flying first class. I was in Paris. I was in Spain. I was like traveling. I played in Japan, big stages, big crowds. I festivals I never even knew like existed, and I'm there. There's like thousands of people finally. But at the same time, I was empty. It was empty too, because there was a lot of people around me. I wasn't sure. Like, could you trust them? Was it fake? Was it all this? Or are they only talking to you because you're in a band? Like, there wasn't a lot of true, genuine connections, friends. I mean, few during the time. Wasn't all horrible, but I mean, it's just, oh, I made it though, right? Never really financially made a lot. There was some other stuff that happened, but like, is that making it? What's the point? Okay, yeah, great. Oh my gosh, I made it. I had success. Dude, someone knows who I am in the UK. But what is making it? Like, is it really just monetary? That's why people a lot of times they feel, oh my God, I lost my job. I have no value because I'm not making money. It's just sad that it's like, oh, your worth and your value is all like, well, how much money you make. It's not. The world tricks you. It sells you this dream. It sells you the illusion. Oh, if you don't make it, especially if it's just a hobby, if you don't make money from it. No, like, it's just. So Amnesia, we come here. And it's almost like you're hit on the freaking head. It's like, what the heck? What is this place? You don't know. Like, oh, you hear people say, what is awakening? Wake up, awakening, Christ consciousness. What is that? What does that mean? What is consciousness? What is consciousness? Consciousness, I is what this is. You know what I mean? Like the spirit, like the vibrate, body of the universe, the wind that blows, like it's like consciousness. The planet is like living, breathing, Mother Nature, the earth, like consciousness. So when you talk about different kinds of levels of consciousness, so like God consciousness, Christ consciousness, like that was the whole, higher thing, that we're all connected. That we're all not, do unto others as you want do unto you. Don't treat other people like shit. Don't step on them to get ahead. That's not God. That's not Christ consciousness. That's not consciousness. That's not why we're here. Just become all material. Let's just fight and like, let me get the job promotion and screw this, whatever. And it's like, no, man. No. We are one. We are connected. The hippie, all that hippie. Why I connected all that stuff, because it's such a good, like, just feels like that's right. That's how it should be. And it's just not, You come in these and you dream about this stuff. Is it just a dream? Is it just a dream? I mean, is this all freaking dream? Are we awake in the real? What's the dream? When you're sleeping, is that really the dream? They say that's when you go into like you go into a different consciousness. You're almost more in like the fifth dimension. We're in dimensions. You ever hear that? The band, The Fifth Dimension, Age of Aquarius. I did that cover many years ago. There's stuff in your brain, like all that stuff. Get into all that stuff. My favorite stuff to talk about. DMT, all that stuff. Like I never did DMT. I never did a lot of drugs or anything like that. I never did drugs, really. It's amazing being in the music industry, escaped all that. I mean, there was drugs everywhere, but that was never my thing. I had some issues with alcohol back in the day and everything, but we could talk about that on an episode. That stuff's very interesting. DMT is, I forget the whole name of it. Triple like or whatever. It's a trip. They say you take a trip, but they say that our brain actually produces that chemical. And when we meditate or when we sleep, I think when you go to dream, it might release some of it. When you die, they say that it releases that chemical. But they also say, now again, this is stuff I've heard, I've read, that's why it's so illegal, DMT, because when you have that, opens your brain and you start to have like more of a spiritual connection and all that stuff. People who control, they don't want you to have a spiritual connection and be connected to God. Like, come on. Then you're like, whoa, I remember why I'm here. Yeah, it was for love, And that's not easily, you can't control that. You got to keep people thinking they're little losers and they're nothing without the big money. And there's no point if they're not successful. And if you don't make it, that's why it's the thing. It's like, let's wake up. As Danny Tanner said, wake up, San Francisco. No. Here on Hollis-tics, we say, wake up, universe. Wake up, world. Let's do it. So there you go. So that's amnesia. We come down and then we remember. Remember who we really are. Who are we really outside of the body? Like, who are we? What is this? Who are we? Who's your soul? What is your soul? And something like I said, you get so by all the stuff that's flying all the time. We forget who we are, our identities. I'm not just Hollis, maybe I'm like something behind this. It's the name that my mom and dad gave me. But who are you really? Are we powerful freaking beings? We are supposed to be connected to each other, to God. It is supposed to be light and love. That's what I will fight for. That's what I talk about. That's what I've talked about for many years. Reconnection movement, love zombies, this lighten up, like awaken, amnesia. Like this is the stuff. Edenshire. It's a song on my album. All the it's so much more to come. But anchoring the light in a very, very dark world. Hey, let me go to the chat room. Let's see. Sorry. Yes, Aaron's, that's right. It's acceptable to use AI like you would for the task that you would hire staff to do. And that's why some of the tools are good. It's just like, oh my gosh, it would, you're in this crazy world where they expect, like you have to do all this stuff. So it's like, use it if it's going to help you, like that. I do use ChatGPT. It helps. I mean, it's like everyone, if you can't beat them, sometimes join them in a certain way. You kind of have to use these tools, or you could just say, no, I'm going to write an email the old way. Every email. I mean, yes, the emails I got last night, I wrote them the old way. I actually talk to people. Is awesome. But if you're going to, you have to do this for a job where, no, I'm going to resist. I'm going to the old way. And then it's like, well, you're going to lose your job probably because now everyone else has using this. You know what I mean? Aw, bottom feeder basement. Oh, who is this? I was just telling Jay Luke that I'm torn on the AI thing. Tell me. I know, of course, who Jay Luke is. Aw, Jay Luke's from Scranton. I just congratulated him on his songwriting. He got an award, or he's going out, where is it, to Atlanta or something? I said I want to get him on as a guest. He would be great to talk to. I think he has a lot to say. He's my age. He's been doing this for a long time, and he's living through it too. Yeah. Well, let me know. Jim Tim, stupid question. What were our music artists' thoughts on your music? Did they have collective criticism? Stupid question. What were other music artists' thoughts on my music? I'm not sure. What do you mean? Oh, like other artists on... Let me know. Explain it on your music. Going all over the place. You're looking neurons. I don't know. AI is a tool, right? Not an entity. AI is a reflection of alleys from galaxy of data points. Oh, Aaron, what is this? AI is a tool, right? Not an entity. Oh, AI is a reflection of alleys from a galaxy of data points. A reflection of us. Oh, okay. Not an entity. AI is a reflection of us. Jim says, are they thinking they forgot to eat their bud brownies? I don't know, but brownies sound good. Aaron says, all of our content is trained the self-programming, self-optimization computer program. Yeah. I learned that, like, even with ChatGPT, it's like everything that's ever been in the internet and that's where they pull all this from. So they're actually pulling it. I could be wrong on this. I remember reading it. Like, where did they get all? It's all everybody's ideas and everything that's just a collective of everything. I don't know. Has anyone ever heard of the probably I'm saying it wrong. Akashic records. Akashic. I have to spit. What's it called? Akashic. The Akashic records. They say that there's records of every single thought, every action of everybody in the whole world in the Akashic records. I have a book about it. Well, that would be a good thing. That would be fun to talk about. Yes, Aaron says I want people to hear my voice in my writing and work, and you will. They will. Our art is part of our legacy. Yes. That's why it's important to get it out. That's what Dr. Rain said. Don't die with your song still in you. I'm not saying that to you, Aaron. I've said it to myself too. That's why I'm so happy. Now I'm just like, just put it out. Just why I want to get it all out there now. Because for a while I was like, well, I have to do a video for this, and I have to do a single release, and I have to put it on Spotify first, and then I have it for the playlist, and then it says 4 weeks. Like, screw it. Screw that. That was me, and I'm just being honest. Me getting, like, again, this invisible person saying, this is the way everyone does it. Well, you know what? The way everyone else does it, I'm good. Because there's 80 million people going that way, and it's freaking crowded. So why don't we go over here and have some fun on our own? We'll have a party with some fun people. Our voice feeling great. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what other artists were saying. I mean, people. But do you mean like my past music? Probably with Love Zombies and stuff. I mean, we got reviews written about us and stuff. I don't know about other artists. There was positive, there was some negative, of course. And there was some, neutral. I remember once we opened for some band, it was like the Alkaline Trio. And they didn't like us at all. They were like, they were, I don't know. I think they said we sucked, or it's like, well, thanks, but I don't know. They were like a punk band. We opened for them. I don't know what's in the right genre or fit. And the audience didn't like us. And they said I looked like a deranged Mary Poppins because I had like a umbrella. I took that as a compliment. I was like, well, boop, boop. I mean, I could take constructive criticism, I guess. I've talked about this before. I take it from people who you look up to. Like, okay, who are gonna, and I said this was a while ago on my St. Patty's Day episode. It's all about how you give the criticism, because people get defensive and people and they get insecure, especially when it comes to art, and you put your heart into it. And people are like, oh my God, that sucks. That's horrible. Oh, you sound like crap. It's more like how you say it. You don't never want to freaking like crush someone and make them feel embarrassed, and then they just like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. You shouldn't do it like that. You could give constructive criticism though. Yeah, like that's that note that if you have a little bit of a change at you saw it. You saw this is haunted. I turned this off. Back on. It is back on and I don't know how to turn it off. Oh wait, Dan taught me. Okay, wait. Oh, the 3 dots. Okay, there we go. Ringtone. AI assistant. Notifications. Okay. There we go. I turned it down. Let's see. I don't mind if they beep quietly. Poor sportsmanship or bandmanship. Yeah. Like you said, like for technical things and all that, but there's always a fine line. That's a weird one too. It's a fine line. Like for instance, if someone watched my podcast and said, oh, well, I bet if you cut your commercial, I bet you get more viewers if you did that. And they were like someone who had like a lot and they were getting paid and all had sponsors. Maybe do these little things. If they don't say it in a horrible way, like, no, you saw it, like, oh, like you, oh yeah, you want to get, okay, yeah, I want to get a sponsor. I want to get an advertiser. Like, oh, should I at the top of the hour always be doing this? Maybe I should find some more segments at the top. Like you can take criticism with music. There's that fine line always. If you are not getting, like, again, if no one's paying me, like no one's ever going to tell me what to do. But if you have some kind of a job, that's where it gets tricky again with music. I keep saying the same thing. Music for money, then you're taking your heart out of it because you're trying to make a commercial because this one wants it, this one, if you can't please everyone, you got to please yourself. Now, if you're singing flat, if the microphone sucks, if the song is just really boring and no one will ever like it, it's okay. Maybe you have like someone help. Okay, the chorus could be better. Let's try this. Let's try this. Again, all the way you say it, because you got to nurture people's like, okay, I like this idea. This is your heart. Someone comes to you and says, I worked on this song for like 2 years. And you hear it and you don't like it. Maybe someone else hears it and does like it. Or maybe everyone says no. Then there might be something wrong with the song. Okay, so let's take the idea of it. Maybe we could turn this into a chord. It will help. We'll lift it and blah, blah, blah. So. Shut pile. Not everyone can offer acceptable constructive criticism. Yeah. Like I said, it's just, and again, that is the thing too. Remember, it was a comment of the day. I stopped doing that because I just didn't get so many comments, but maybe I'll bring that back. I didn't get bad ones. I didn't get that many. So maybe we'll bring that segment back. But the whole point of that was, it was like the peanut gallery, unsolicited advice. It's just like, okay. We got to get into it again. But it is the truth. It's like, okay, if you ask for advice, one, don't ask your friends and family because they're not going to want to hurt your feelings probably. And so they're usually nicer. If you really want constructive criticism, there's someone's going to give it to you and say, okay, what can I do to improve? Like, is this bad? Like, what do you think? And you ask, be ready to know. But when you don't ask for, like, for instance, I got annoyed with the one guy put a comment like, well, your screen's really busy. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I didn't ask you for your opinion and you're not doing it. If you're good, if you're able to come here, fly here, freaking, you want to tell me how it should be done. Are you going to offer any help? Do you have a course that you wrote or do you have a book you're going to send me of how to do it? You're going to send me an extra microphone, whatever, it's like either help or you know what I mean? Just unsolicited advice is annoying. So when people, because it comes off, it's like, this is how I do it. Well, I didn't ask you. Now, if I asked you, it's a different story. So there's a difference between just people like, oh, because especially people who aren't doing it. It's like, well, where's your podcast? Let me see yours. Send me yours. And then you could tell me what's so wrong with mine and how busy it is and how you can't watch it or whatever. Because you can't please everyone. So you got to please yourself. So there's, but you have to be careful with, you can do it everyone. I'm just saying, like, people's egos are a big thing. If you could take criticism. But I know I keep saying the same thing, but it's so true. It's so how you say it to someone. Because when you're older, you could kind of like, okay, that guy is an ego. They want to tell me what to do. Let's pretend it's their idea. Oh my God, it's so great. But when you're younger and you like that, like what everyone says, it really affects you. It could make a break. It could make them never want to write a song again. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Hey, look at this. Speaking of, wait, oh no, it didn't do it. Hold on, it was supposed to do it. I'm putting my little background. Where's my background? There it is. Oh no, that's it. What happened here? There we go. There we go. That's what I was doing. Ah. I'm having a nice time chatting. This turned out to be a nice episode. I was annoyed in the beginning because we had I was off to a little bit of a rough start. Frankly, I was having a wardrobe malfunction, and then the light wasn't working. It was kind of working, it was bright. My built-in makeup wasn't working. But it turned out good. It turned out good. So let's see what else here. Okay, let me play something else here real quick. We'll take a couple more comments and chat and questions. Anybody? Oh, here we go. I'll play this real quick and I'll be back. Again, this is the Buy Me a Coffee podcast. I have to do another podcast. I've been saying that. I'm gonna get to that. Yes. So I want to put some more stuff on my Buy Me a Coffee, my exclusive community. Here we go. Share some stuff that I haven't shared with anybody ever. I'm going to share it with you. Welcome to A Comedy of Errors. A little bit more of the skeletons in the closet. I will only talk about it here in this podcast. And we're going to get into the really good stuff. And some of it's not pretty. Went all the way there just to go back to the beginning. Nothing, really? They'll kick you right down. They'll spit in your face. I was living in Hollywood and I was just so beaten down. I love zombies. So much heartbreak. Certainly not the way I saw things going. This up, man. Oh, man, that really screwed my life up. My mom would tell me, oh, you look back and laugh at this. Really? And then there was not enough left to promote it. I mean, that was a big mistake. It's a shame. And the darkness comes to knock you back down. They're just so sex sells. Just show it all. The boudoir. Characters and plot twists. Some people go on the journey with you and some people don't. Sweet Poison Love. Devil in Me. Where Did You Go, Girl? That's my favorite song on the album. I wanted to see other people's hearts. And I don't think everybody is born to do this. Voice of Freedom Records. Am I too old to do music? Can't give up on something that's you. And I could have chosen never to do music again. So how many times are you going to get knocked down or drown your sorrows? Or are you going to hide under the covers forever? It's about letting go of what was. We have the courage to get up and to try again when we've been knocked down so hard. Life's not for sissies. What do you do with those struggles? They're all part of the story. This is truly the journey, figuring things out as I go. I invest in those who invest in me. It means so much to me. People who support it. Talking to you, hear about it first. We're going to be releasing it in real time. An insider peek before it comes out. But it's more fun when we have each other. It's not just about me. It's about all of us. We're going to get into all that here and more on A Comedy of Errors podcast. Can't wait to share it all with you. This is awesome. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. While we were gone, Ernest, are you going to any concerts? You know what? Now that we didn't have anything really planned, but there's a lot. I know there's some shows Dan wants to see. There's some bands in Cleveland. There's a lot of big acts and people who actually live here who are in big bands and stuff. Honestly, we didn't have really too much extra money for extracurricular activities. It's been a rough time, but now we're getting back on our feet. And it was funny you would say that because the other night a friend invited me to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to see it was like a Wings. I don't know if it was a tribute band or if it was like one of the original members. I forget. But I was like, oh, I wanted to go, but we weren't able to go. But yeah, now that we're back in action, we're back in play. Maybe we will start to check out some concerts. I haven't seen live music in a while. I can't even remember the last person I saw live, to be honest. But that's a cool thing about Cleveland. There's a lot of shows. There's a music scene here. So I am looking forward to finally getting back into the action. And I will be playing a concert hopefully soon as well. Aaron asked how many plays on Spotify. Honestly, I have no idea. I didn't even look at it. I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to that, I didn't do much except put it up there. So I feel like if you're not constantly sending things to people or figuring out how to promote it or buy adverts to promote it, organic growth, I don't know. I don't even know if I have any followers on there. I honestly didn't even look at it. I'll have to check. Is Jason in here? Did Jason say hi? I think he said, I don't know, did I miss Jason? Is he in here? Because I see Joe said, hey, Jason. Well, Jason, if you're here, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Rehearsal time is over. We barely have survived. The moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Should do that in the beginning. You see, there you go. There's the music memories. I learned that in chorus class when I was like, I don't know, in 7th grade or something. I still remember it. We wore the cummerbunds. We had to wear a bow tie and cummerbunds for our choral concerts. Oh, holy moly. Well, guys, it's been real. It's been real fun. It's been a good show tonight. I had a good time. And let's see what's coming up. What's coming up on Holistic? See, I gotta make some more little things to be like, next week on Holistics, don't forget this. Hello, hello. But I do it all myself, as you know. You're probably sick of hearing, but I gotta, refresh and have some new stuff. So we'll be working on that. Like I said, some good ideas. I want to plan some more guests and yeah, all that to come. We are on episode 29 tonight. You know, the next episode, it might be tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Is Thursday already. What? Definitely, I'll be live Friday for sure. Tomorrow may be a replay, but I will be here Friday. Friday, I will do a show, and that will be episode 30. Holy moly! Those who were from the beginning. Remember episode 1? Like, again, if I had the time or someone else to help me, I'd be like, hey, we should do like it's only episode 30, but like a compilation of all the shows and do something like funny or blooper reels or something like that. One day. Ah, but yes, I hope you guys had a good night, and I hope you're having a good. Oh, it's Memorial Day weekend this weekend, right? It's a long weekend. Anybody have off? I know Joe said he's on vacation all week. Barbecues, nice weather. I think hopefully the pool's opening. I have a new bathing suit. I have 2 new bathing suits. So I'm preparing for the summer season, and I can't wait to get a tan. I need a tan. But yes, so guys, I guess with that said, I guess I'm going to start to wrap up the show. Aaron says, keep going grinding. You will get there. Remember to enjoy the journey. Hell yeah. Yes. Absolutely. It is about the journey. And besides the little bloop of like freaking, Dan losing his job and that part's been not so fun. But you're right. It's about enjoying the journey and not always just trying to get to the destination. That's why you start to train yourself like, oh, the views, how many people are like, oh, it's like, I don't care about it anymore. Like, I don't even want to know the views and like, whatever, enjoy the journey, enjoy the people that are here, enjoy the 20 people who responded to my email. Like, I love those people. Thank you. Like, I doubt they're watching this, but maybe they are. And you guys in the chat room and the 7 eyeballs there. And it's like quality over quantity. And like Aaron's so right. You got to enjoy the journey. And we're going into a really fun next chapter. I could feel it. Aaron's right. It's the shift. I definitely had a nice shift. And yeah. It's exciting to see what's the future holds. But then you think about the power of now. Is there really such a thing as the future? Does the past exist? No. The only thing that exists is now. So live in the present. What was the one episode I did? Living in the past is a present day. Past. Right? That's words from Dan. And it may be a song on my album. So good for you, Joe. He's off till Wednesday. Good. Nice extra long weekend. Good. You deserve it. Enjoy each day. Live in the moment because then it seems like it goes slower. Yes. There you go. So with that said, you guys, I am so glad you were here tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. Ocean to Ocean. Yes. I said earlier, I don't know if you weren't here yet, but it is coming. We were gonna do it this weekend. Like I said, it's coming. I have the studio's made, everything's made, it's all ready to go. We were gonna do it this weekend, and then Dan said, well, it's Memorial Weekend, maybe it's not the best time to start a show, blah, blah, blah. But it was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago, and then life happened. Dan got a job, and he couldn't be up we didn't want him to be up that late, like going into 3 a.m. and having to be up at 6. So I said, You got to shift the priorities. So, but it is still a priority and we're looking forward to it. So that is definitely coming. It probably will be next weekend. Probably won't be this weekend, but it's good. It gives us some time. We have so much stuff to research. There's going to be so much. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a fun show. Yes. Me too, Aaron. And I really want to get the phone call thing set up because that would be really cool to have people be able to call in. But maybe we'll get some crazy stories and stuff. But yeah, we have lots of research to do. And thank you again to Smriglio. He's been sending us so much great stuff. We literally have to go through a lot of it and kind of. That's one show where we want to plan out a few things. Like we always fly by the cuff. Like I don't plan this and stuff, but just speak from the heart. But with that, you gotta like back up some of what you're saying with the proof. Proof is in the pudding, or some witness accounts and things like that. Yeah, some clips and things like that. Yeah, it takes a lot to get it all together. So, but yes, don't fret. We do it. I do what I say I'm gonna do, and I say, no, it doesn't rhyme. I do what I say, and I say what I do. I do what I say, and I say what I do. All right, everybody. Well, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Anybody new out there, if you're watching and you're not in the chat room and you've been watching, make sure you hit that little like button in the bottom. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Go ahead. What do you have to lose? Appreciate it. Subscribe, like, reshare, retweet, do all those things. And if you don't, I don't care anymore. Whatever. If you want to help, be a good person and do your part. But besides that, I guess I will start to cue up my closing song here, Lights. And again, episode 29 is in the bag, and the next 130 will be a big one. So let me pull that up here. All right. I will say my final closing words for the night, and they are, remember, guys and girls, you are never alone. You are loved. You are important. Are these my closing words? I don't always say this, but it's the truth. It's how I feel. You're not alone. It's a hard world out there. I hope you had a good day, but if you didn't, it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Always something to be grateful for. You're alive. You're breathing. You can see. You can hear. Like, these are things we take for granted. There's always be something to be grateful for, and we're here for you. I'm here. There's wonderful people in the chat room, so come and talk to us next time. If you're just watching and you want to get involved, do it. And that's it. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. But I will be here Friday, so I will definitely see you Friday. Possibly tomorrow, but I have a feeling it's going to be a replay. But tomorrow or Friday, I will help you kick off the weekend with a little TGIF Friday, and we'll see what goes from there. But enjoy each day. And I am Hollis Mahady. You have been listening to Hollis-tics, and I will see you guys all next time. All right. Good night, everyone. Love you. Bye. Here it comes. Here she comes. There it goes. It's coming. It's coming. Oh. Thank you for watching Hollis-tics, hosted by me, Hollis Mahady. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to support the podcast, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/Hollis Mahady. You can make a one-time donation or become a member for just a few dollars a month to get extra podcasts and exclusive behind-the-scenes content you won't find anywhere else. Or simply scan the code on the screen. Your support truly means the world to me and helps me continue creating independent content for you. If you like the music featured in this show, I license it through Epidemic Sound. You can head over to hollismahady.com, click on the podcast page, and use my link for a free trial. And don't forget to check out VOPUSARadio.com, where I host my music channel and am building a growing community of independent musicians. If you're interested in joining the network, just click Join Network and submit an application. Until next time, remember that you are loved and never alone. From human to human, big hugs. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the outro video. I love this song.
Lights shining from the window late at night. I'm just watching someone else's life go by, wishing it was mine. Dreams, everybody has them at the I could finally see when the lights go out. Everything is clearer when the lights go out. I could finally see what it's all about. Standing in the mirror when the lights go out. It's you looking back at me. Hope. Try your best to hold on to the rope. We all have a reason to let go, and it's easier to do, but it's better if we don't.